explain apt pinning. I first go to the browser and we see here the Debian releases. We have here Debian stable, Debian old stable, and Debian Trixie is the current testing. And here I have information from the Debian website about testing. Important about testing is that security updates for testing are not managed by the security team. So it is not recommended to use testing as your daily driver normally, because the Debian stable branch is the main product of Debian. And so in the moment it is just a few weeks or very few months that the current testing, the Trixie, is getting the new stable. So I am switched to Trixie just to try it in this time. And because of this case, that in testing the security updates gets in at least, I also inserted in my repositories a stable branch because of the security updates for most for the browser, Firefox and Chromium. So this is what I will show you. Here is apt pinning, I show it later. Here is my sources list. Since Trixie, you have the possibility to modernize the sources, the apt sources. The former etc apt sources list file is now outdated with Trixie, and in the directory sources list.d, there you get the debian.sources when you execute sudo apt modernize -sources. And these are the sources now from my system. I have Trixie and stable here, and in a few weeks or months when Trixie gets the new stable, I have only Trixie. I don't have to change directly a thing, but in this moment there's this Trixie and bookworm. So, and when Trixie is a new stable, I delete the stable here, and then here's also the sweet Trixie and stable, and here is stable security from the Debian security URL, and when Trixie gets the new stable, I change stable to Trixie, so to make sure that I don't forget in the next full upgrade 2 years later. So, but this is sources list. Normally it's not recommended to mix systems, and I also don't really mix this system because I mainly are on Trixie. This is not mainly on stable bookworm, it's full Trixie, but I want to get the browser packages for Firefox and Chromium from the stable security branch, because there's security packages are getting faster, what I showed you before. So this is this one, and then normally sudo apt policy is a command to show a specific for programs the available versions. This is my alias for the sudo apt policy, and I show here the versions for Chromium and Firefox. And now I have the case. I already have installed Chromium and Firefox from the security branch, and often it is switching. Sometimes in stable security you get the upgrade, security upgrade, and sometimes because normally testing Trixie is more modern, then it also can happen that Trixie gets a newer package again. But since as a stable branch, a security branch is already on one package, I don't need the newer package from Trixie, so I can stand from the to the security branch. But it would install now the new package from Trixie, and I don't want this for these two browsers because it is security related. And we have here the pinning 500, and here this is Debian security stable. This is currently the bookworm, and 500 is here the same pinning number to Trixie. So because it is the same pinning number, he would choose the higher version number, and the higher version number is, here's the 1, here's the 2, and so the 3 stars here is the current installed package, and this he would choose to install this from Trixie now. This is currently just changing today, so this is because I can record this. And here exactly you see installed, currently installed is this one, and the candidate to install is this one. So, and I set up now a specific pinning file to change this, and I show this next. I just give you a preview of how the change will be. It is this, you see this, after the change I show you it will be the candidate to be installed will be the same that is already installed. So, and this was it before, and this will it be with the change I show you now. And we are in this window, and I am in the directory at the apt preferences.d, and there in the preferences you can set up files to pin specific packages for a specific origin, specific version, also on there are many possibilities. So I created 2 files, Chromium Stable Security and Firefox Stable Security. So this is the file for Chromium. You just have 3 lines: package, then the package name, then pin origin security.debian.org. There are many other possibilities to write in here, for example a specific version and so on. I show you later something of the website. And then the pin priority. Here I set the pin priority for this specific package. In the line of the package I also could set a specific pin priority for complete release of Debian when I insert there a star formally. I don't know if it's the right word in English. It is this one, yeah. When I insert this here, I can do it. This means for all packages of this specific origin, but it's a bit more complicated. You must really know what you are doing. So I just show you an example so you can imagine what is it about apt pinning. Okay, you don't should make too many experiments with this. For example, I don't have to pin now the complete Trixie branch because every package in Trixie has a higher version number than the current stable bookworm. So it's automatically installing all packages from Trixie. But if I would have the reversed case that I want to run all the time the stable bookworm branch and want just insert one specific program from the Trixie branch, that is normally not recommended to mix. Already say this. But if you want this in one specific case and you want to have the repository from Trixie all the time in your system and not just for this one time for temporary install and delete the program afterwards, then you have to pin it. Then you have to pin the stable branch higher or the testing branch lower. So, but this is a very specific case and not recommended, just to tell what is also possible. But this is much more complicated, and this is just a very, very simple case here. So I can show you just for pinning just two packages, because I want it from the stable security branch. Also I have here DWM, here you see Wiki Ubuntu users apt pinning. There is an explanation about apt pinning. Also on the Debian wiki, I think there should be apt pinning explain webpage. So if you're more interested, read there. So okay, at the apt preferences.d, then the two files, and I pin this to 550. Switching back, you see here, normally the 500 is always the normal pinning number for the normal repositories. So when I set it to 550, I set the pinning number for the security branch exactly for only these two packages to 50 numbers higher than 500. And so this is why it changes, and I check this with sudo apt policy firefox chromium, and we'll see. I don't see it yet. I don't know why. I just update again. Just checking this. Normally there has to stand also the 550, but okay, I switch to the web page here. You see here debian.org doc manuals, Debian reference, packages from mixed source. Just type in on the Debian page, search apt pinning, and you will find a few pages where you can go in and scroll backwards or scroll down, and here we see the pin priority explained. Here you see 500 is used as the default for the normal archive. I showed you this. This is the 500. When you look on your normal installation of Debian, you always see the 500, and the 100 is varlib.dpkg status. This is just the current installed package. Okay. You also see after the version of a package the number, the pinning number. Okay. So and when we change, we got it, and I am surprised. Normally here should be the 550, but it's okay. Important is that here the candidate for installation is the right one, and this is the right one. This is this one. So I know he don't install this, he will stand on this one. And I also can check list all upgradable packages, and I see okay, he would update the Firefox language pack. This is not so bad. I can stand with this. Okay, I know, I understand now. I have to change something. I show you. This is good. This is actually a good case. I change this directly. Chromium. You will see I do this one. So he pins all packages from that begins with Chromium and all the other stuff. So also the language pack from Chromium will be pinned to the security branch. This is what I want. And I do this with Firefox also. So this one. And then we see this. Go back. Just do apt, and now we see just only 51 packages, and I check list all upgradable packages, and I see Firefox and Chromium, the language pack isn't anymore listed for upgrading because I pinned it to the current installed stable security branch. So you see it is functioning. This was the command sudo apt list ---- upgradable. This was this command to show which packages could be upgraded. Okay, so but I want this one again. So going back to this page, this is important. Look for the main manual and wiki pages on debian.org or wiki.debian.org about apt pinning, and there you read the exactly usage. Okay, 500 is the default, used as the default for the normal archive. Used as the default for the target release is much high pinning for a specific case, I think, but in my case it's okay just to pin 50 points higher than 500, and this just changes the case to what I wanted. So 100 is the current installed, and when you also could pin down packages to 450, for example, so it would not be installed manually, only when you choose this directly, I think so, from my experience. Then the other point is for the not automatic archive, archive. So when you pin to 1, or I think just under 100 will never be installed automatically, I think. It's only installed when you choose this directly. Okay, and also it's possible to pin a specific package to -1. This is never install the package even if recommended. This is also possible, and for example on Ubuntu is this a possibility when you want to use Ubuntu but you will make sure to never install snap. Then you can pin the snap package to -1 and make sure it will be never installed. Also in other cases the 1001 install the package even if this constitutes a downgrade of the package. This is the case when I want an old version of a program, for example. I integrate in a repository from Debian old stable, where is a program that's no longer supported in the main stable repository. It's a case I don't know, but just imagine. So then you can set up a specific pinning file, okay, here in the preference.d for specific branches, specific packages. You can create many specific files with these 3 lines, and then just pin it to 1001, and even there are newer versions of this program, it will always install this specific version you choose in this pinning. And so you can make sure a specific version in a specific case will be installed and will be standing on this version, okay, for example. So there are many possibilities with apt pinning. It's absolutely amazing. Another case will be to use Debian backports, but this will be another video, and I will finish now here with this. Also, I will look for to show you, maybe I find something. For example, here you can pin a complete release, pin the release unstable to 100, for example, so you can install manually maybe one wanted package, but it will not be automatically installed. And here above you have the case with -1. So do I find something interesting here already? So this is what I say, just read the Debian documents, and you will see there are many cases and details about the Debian pinning. One thing I wanted to show you, one thing. This is not emergency downgrade. Okay. Yeah, also you can check up the man page. Maybe there's a man page for apt. In the man page for apt you can find also something about pinning, or no, better, the man page of apt preferences, I think so. Could be. Just check out what there is. Can I do so? Man apt. Here we see all man pages for apt. And you see apt preferences. There you will find many things. Apt preferences. Here you see, this is in German now, sorry. Just read it by yourself in your language. Here we also have this priority 1, priority 100, priority 500, priority 900. Okay, and here also in the man page you find the format for the pinning files. Here is with origin, here it is with release, or here release, or here an example for release A stable. Also this one, you find out these ones, how you can name this. You find it out just when you type in sudo apt policy, then you find this specific stuff that you can use for pinning this line. So you don't have to set all this stuff. It mainly could be enough when you use this stuff. For example, you will stand on the version 12.10, or you just do the stable bookworm branch, or the Trixie, or so on. So you find the exactly format with the command sudo apt policy origin cage policy, but apt policy is also okay. So this is about apt pinning. Learn about this, and I recommend to use virtual machines and set up a virtual machine to try things and to learn things, how they act and how the behavior is and what it is successful and what brings errors. So you learn how to use it and have fun with Debian. Use apt pinning, like you choose T in many sorts.